You just got home from a party, or a dinner with friends, or maybe just coffee with someone you genuinely like. And it was good. You laughed, you connected, you felt present. But now you're absolutely drained, like someone pulled the plug on your battery. You're lying on your couch, staring at the ceiling, wondering why a 2-hour conversation feels like you just ran a marathon. And here's the confusing part. You actually enjoyed yourself. You weren't anxious, you didn't feel awkward, you had a great time. So why does your body feel like it just survived something? If this sounds familiar, you're not broken. You're not antisocial. And no, you don't have some rare energy disorder. What you're experiencing is completely normal, and it has everything to do with how your brain and nervous system process social interaction. Today, we're going to unpack exactly why socializing is so exhausting, even when it's enjoyable. We'll talk about the hidden cognitive load of conversation, the biology of social energy, and most importantly, how to recover without guilt and manage your social battery more intentionally. Let's dive in. Here's the first thing you need to understand. Socializing is not passive, it's active work. We tend to think of work as spreadsheets, emails, or physical labor, but your brain doesn't care about that distinction. To your brain, work is anything that requires sustained attention, decision-making, and processing. And social interaction, it's one of the most cognitively demanding things you can do. Think about what's happening during a conversation. You're not just listening to words, you are reading facial expressions, interpreting tone of voice, monitoring body language, tracking the emotional subtext beneath what's being said, deciding what to say next, editing your thoughts before you speak, managing your own emotional responses, adjusting your behavior based on social cues. And you're doing all of this simultaneously, in real time, while also trying to be present, authentic, and engaged. It's like your brain is running 10 different programs at once. No wonder you're tired. Let's go deeper into the science. When you're socializing, several key brain systems are lighting up like a city at night. First, there's your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for executive function. This is your mental CEO. It's making decisions, regulating your impulses, and helping you navigate the social rules of the situation. Should I interrupt here? Is this joke appropriate? Am I talking too much? Too little? Your prefrontal cortex is constantly evaluating and adjusting. Then there's your social brain network, areas like the temporal parietal junction and the medial prefrontal cortex. These regions are dedicated to understanding other people, their intentions, their emotions, their perspectives. This is called mentalizing, or theory of mind. It's the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes. And while it's a beautiful human capacity, it's also metabolically expensive. Your brain is burning glucose to simulate another person's inner world. Next, there's your mirror neuron system. These neurons fire both when you perform an action and when you watch someone else perform it. They help you empathize, connect, and sync up with others emotionally. But here's the catch. If you're highly empathetic or emotionally attuned, your mirror neurons might be working overtime. You're not just observing someone's joy or stress, you're feeling it in your own body. And finally, there's your autonomic nervous system, specifically your sympathetic nervous system, which manages your fight or flight response. Even in a pleasant social setting, your nervous system is mildly activated. You're alert, you're engaged, you're on. And if you're someone who's naturally more sensitive or vigilant, that activation can be even higher. All of this adds up. Your brain is working hard, your body is physiologically aroused, and even if you're having fun, you're still expending energy. Here's where people get confused. They think, if I enjoyed it, why am I so tired? Doesn't enjoyment mean it was easy? No, enjoyment and effort are two completely different things. You can love playing a sport and still be exhausted afterward. You can adore your job and still need a break. And you can have a wonderful conversation and still feel drained. Enjoyment is about emotional reward. Exhaustion is about cognitive and physiological cost. And here's the key insight. High-quality social interaction is often more draining, not less. Why? Because when you're deeply engaged, when you're truly present, vulnerable, and connected, you're using more mental resources, not fewer. Surface-level small talk? That can actually be less taxing because you're running on autopilot. You're not investing as much. But meaningful conversation? That requires your full presence, and presence is expensive. Now, not everyone experiences social exhaustion the same way. If you identify as introverted, highly sensitive, or neurodivergent, like ADHD or autism, your experience might be even more intense. For introverts, solitude is how you recharge. Social interaction, even positive interaction, depletes your energy reserves. This isn't about shyness or social anxiety. It's about how your nervous system is wired. For highly sensitive people, HSPs, your nervous system processes stimuli more deeply. You're picking up on subtleties that others might miss. You're more affected by noise, lighting, emotional energy, and sensory input. A 2-hour dinner party isn't just a conversation, it's a full sensory experience that your system has to process. For people with ADHD, social interaction can be exhausting for different reasons. You might be working extra hard to stay focused, manage impulsivity, or track the flow of conversation. Your brain is burning extra fuel just to stay regulated. And for autistic individuals, social interaction often involves masking, consciously or unconsciously hiding or suppressing natural behaviors to fit in. Masking is incredibly draining. It's like speaking a second language all day, every day. So if you're reading this and thinking, yes, this is me, I feel this deeply, you're not imagining it. Your experience is real, and it's not a flaw. It's just how your system works. Okay, so now we know why socializing is exhausting. But what do we actually do about it? Let's talk tools. First, budget recovery time. This is non-negotiable. If you know you have a social event coming up, even one you're excited about, schedule downtime afterward. Not maybe I'll rest if I feel like it, actual blocked off time. Think of it like this. Athletes don't just train, they rest. Musicians don't just perform, they recover. You need recovery time. And it's not lazy, it's strategic. After a social event, give yourself at least an hour, ideally more, to decompress. No plans, no obligations, just you in a quiet space doing something restorative. Read, nap, stare out the window, lie on the floor, whatever helps your nervous system settle. Before you say yes to a social invitation, pause and ask yourself, how much energy do I currently have? How much energy will this event require? Do I have enough left over to recover? This isn't about being rigid or antisocial, it's about being honest with yourself. Sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes it's no, and sometimes it's yes, but I can only stay for an hour. All of those answers are okay. You don't have to wait until you get home to recover. If you're at a party, step outside for 5 minutes. If you're at a restaurant, take a bathroom break and do some deep breathing. If you're hosting, excuse yourself to check on something in another room. These tiny resets can prevent total depletion. Here's a radical idea. You're allowed to tell people you're tired. You're allowed to say, I had such a great time, but I need to head out and recharge. You're allowed to decline the after party. You're allowed to say, I'd love to hang out, but I can only do an hour today. Most people will understand, and the ones that don't, that's their issue, not yours. Not all rest is equal. For some people, watching TV is restorative. For others, it's just more input. For some, going for a walk alone is perfect. For others, they need total stillness. Figure out what actually replenishes you, and do that, not what you think you should do, not what works for other people, what works for you. Here's what I want you to hear. You're not defective. We live in a culture that valorizes extroversion, constant connection, and being on all the time. And if you can't keep up with that pace, it's easy to internalize the message that something's wrong with you. But that's a cultural story, not a biological truth. Your need for solitude, for quiet, for recovery, that's not a weakness. It's a feature of your wiring. And when you honor it, you show up better. You connect more deeply. You live more authentically. So stop apologizing for needing rest. Stop forcing yourself to be someone you're not. You're not failing at socializing. You're just managing a system that works differently. And that system, it's perfectly fine. Let's recap. Socializing is cognitively demanding work, even when you enjoy it. Your brain is running multiple processes, your nervous system is activated, and your body is expending energy. If you're introverted, highly sensitive, or neurodivergent, that exhaustion might be even more pronounced, and that's okay. The solution isn't to avoid people or force yourself to be more extroverted. It's to manage your energy intentionally. Build in recovery time. Audit your energy before saying yes. Take micro breaks. Communicate your needs, and rest in the way that actually works. You get to design a social life that fits your nervous system, not the other way around. So the next time you come home from a great night out and collapse on the couch, don't beat yourself up. Just acknowledge, I did something hard. My brain worked, and now I'm recovering. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. If you want more support on managing your energy and building a life that honors your wiring, I've put together a free guide called the Social Battery Toolkit. It's got journal prompts, energy audits, and scripts for setting boundaries. Link is in the description. And if this resonated with you, check out the next video, Why You Need More Alone Time Than Most People and What It Says About Your Nervous System. Take care of yourself. You're doing better than you think.